So, buying a home. It's one of the biggest, most exciting purchases you'll ever make. But how do you make sure you get it right? Well, today we're going to walk through the official UK government guide, giving you the clearest path from saving up to unlocking your very own front door. Welcome to The Explainer.
Let's be honest, the whole process can feel like a maze, right? Full of jargon and steps you've never heard of. But don't you worry, we've got the map. We're going to break it all down into a simple guide that will take you straight to your destination.
We've laid out the whole journey in 6 clear stages. We'll start with building your financial foundation, then the fun part, the search. After that, we'll cover the offer, the legal process, the final steps, and then, finally, that incredible moment you get the keys. Okay, let's dive in.
Right. Before you even think about looking at houses online, there's a huge first step, getting a really solid picture of what you can actually afford. Seriously, if you get this wrong, you're building on shaky ground. This is your foundation.
It all comes down to 3 key things. First, figure out your absolute price ceiling. That's your deposit, plus what you can likely borrow. Next up, check your credit score. A better score can unlock better mortgage deals, which could save you thousands over the years. And finally, get what's called a decision in principle from a lender. This piece of paper is your golden ticket. It shows sellers you're not just a dreamer, you're a serious, credible buyer.
And you really can't underestimate the power of this single document. When you go to make an offer, having a decision in principle tells the seller that a lender has already given you a financial thumbs up. In a busy market, that can be the exact edge you need to make your offer the one that gets accepted.
Now, to get that decision, you are gonna need some paperwork. Here's a pro tip for you. Create a home buying folder right now, digital, physical, whatever works for you. Get your passport, recent utility bills, and pay slips in there. Trust me, everyone from agents to lawyers will ask for these, and having them ready from day one will save you so much time and stress.
Okay, with all that financial groundwork laid, we get to the really exciting part, the search. This is about finding a place that fits not just your budget, but your life. It's where the dream really starts to take shape.
One of the very first things you need to check is the tenure. Is it freehold or leasehold? With freehold, you own it all, the property and the land it's on. You're the king of your castle. With leasehold, though, you own the property for a fixed time, but not the land. This can mean extra costs like ground rent and service charges, and you've got to pay close attention to how long the lease is. If it's too short, it can be really tough to get a mortgage.
When you're viewing a property, it's time to be a bit of a detective. Don't be shy. Ask those tough questions. Why's it been on the market for so long? Why did that last sale fall through? The answers you get can uncover hidden issues and give you a huge advantage when you decide if it's the right place and what offer you should make.
So, you've found a place you absolutely love, you've asked all the right questions, and your finances are ready to go. Now, it's time to make that all-important offer. The second the seller says yes to your verbal offer, the clock starts ticking. Your first move, ask the agent to take the property off the market immediately. And your second move, just as fast, is to get your solicitor on the case. This is what triggers the memorandum of sale and kicks the whole official legal process into high gear. Okay, this is where you bring in the pros to protect you. They're going to do all the crucial checks to make sure the property you're about to buy is a sound investment, both legally and physically.
This whole legal stage is called conveyancing, and your conveyancer, they're your champion here. They're the ones who'll dig into local authority searches, raise questions with the seller's team, and go through every single legal detail of the contract with a fine-tooth comb.
Now, this next bit is one of the most important things to understand in this whole process. The mortgage lender will do a valuation, but let's be crystal clear. That is not for you, it's for them. It just protects their loan. The home survey, that's the one that's for your protection. It's the deep dive that uncovers things like a leaky roof or structural problems, the stuff that could cost you a fortune later on.
And look, don't just take my word for it. The official government guide is really clear on this. A survey isn't just a box-ticking exercise. It's your biggest negotiating tool. If that report finds serious problems, you suddenly have the power to go back and ask for a lower price. Or you have the confidence to walk away from what could be a financial disaster.
All right, we are on the home stretch now. This is the final leg of the legal journey. After all the searches and surveys are done and you're happy to proceed, you approach the point of no return.
And this is the big one, the exchange of contracts. The second those contracts are swapped, the deal is legally binding. Your deposit gets paid, and if you back out after this point, you will lose it. This is the moment it all becomes very, very real. So you have to be 100% sure.
When you exchange, you also set the completion day. This is usually about 2 to 4 weeks later. This period gives you a fixed timeline to get everything sorted, booking the removal van, telling the utility companies, and getting all those boxes packed and ready for the big day.
And here it is, the moment you've been working towards. On completion day, the money gets transferred, the property deeds are officially in your name, and you finally get to do the one thing you've been dreaming of: pick up the keys to your new home.
Here's a really practical but super important tip for moving day itself. As soon as you walk into your new home, find the meters for gas, electricity, and water, and take a reading. A quick photo on your phone with the date stamp is a perfect way to do it. It just makes sure you only pay for the energy you use from that moment on. So, once the boxes are inside, there are just a few little admin jobs to truly make the place yours. You'll need to register for council tax, update your address everywhere, bank, DVLA, you name it, and for total peace of mind, it's always a good idea to change the locks. Ticking these off is the final step to getting properly settled in.
And there you have it. You've gone all the way from financial prep to unlocking your own front door. It's a detailed journey, for sure, but by breaking it down into these clear, manageable stages, something that might have seemed really daunting is now completely achievable.
You know, the home buying journey really is a marathon, not a sprint. We hope this map has given you the confidence to take that very first step, whether that's checking your credit score today or booking your first viewing tomorrow. Thanks for joining us.